Okay, welcome to Blind Marathon Deathworld Spidertron Percent episode 36, and last time we put some actual walls on here, so these guys are now, they're now good, and in between we also put this down. Oh, these guys are just getting here with these pipes, so we should see all of these flamethrowers going from complaining to having ammunition, so that's cool. That wall is now fine. Are there any? I think I got rid of most of the trees. Okay, these trees. Yeah, these trees might not be having so much fun with it, so let's just get rid of them so I don't burn them. He's still got more construction robots than he needs, whatever. But yeah, this also doesn't... okay, 500 repair packs is probably enough. Then we came back up here because it's actually kind of the wrong spot. We wanted to be up here because we've got to build all of this stuff. Why do these... Okay, fine. That needs to get out of the way, and then this one will connect to the other one, and then they should have everything they need. Yep. But we also need walls, so that's interesting. Did I even bring walls with me? Turns out no. Okay. So what we're going to do about that is we're going to head briefly back over here, because I know I got a lot of wall there. I don't think I have yet. I don't even have walls on me. And yeah, so the light oil, we've got a nice cache of light oil. We've got a bunch of cracking, do a bunch of things. Oh wait, do I also need... I do also need the one that goes kind of like that. And then probably the one on the other end as well. These guys don't have light oil, but then this one here needs water. So we'll do that. Oh, we also don't have those on Roboport networks anywhere because I took it away. Fine. Yeah, things mostly okay. I'm not mining any more uranium, but I kind of don't care. I've got a lot of fuel for a while, and these guys are going pretty fine. In fact, I could duplicate this setup again, because I've got enough sitting in here. I've actually got enough sitting in there to... Like I said, this wasn't scalable, and it still kind of isn't, and it's still just doing a nasty version of not being scalable, but you know, whatever. We might visit that in a bit. Let's take a lot of wall. Do I actually have... Do these guys have any fuel that I can just, you know, do some... You know, that way I'll get a little more wall. Does this have anything I don't want? Yeah, sure, whatever. Actually, let's grab both of these. You won't need either of those. Okay, because now I've got some more wall. Actually, I should have checked whether these guys had all the wall that they needed. This one has fully built the wall and has still got 1.7k wall in that chest, so that's going to be a thing. This one had all the wall it needed and is fine. This one didn't have quite enough wall. This one was missing a bit of wall. I mean, I've got to go build other sections there eventually, so I don't actually think I care. Is that the right place? It's not the right place, is it? It's actually over here. This is the bit that we need to build. Oh, cool. That was great. Do I even have... Cool. So I don't have trees on me. I sent away the train without being on the train. Already put all the fuel in other places. That's pretty normal. Fortunately, we have other trains and we can just, you know, go and catch up with it. So yeah, what was the other thing I was going to look at? Oh yeah, green chips, because I turned off the inputs and accidentally pressed alt. Was worried I'd run out of green chips at the moment. The green chips are all still fine. Steel is now also kind of blasting it. That's looking pretty good. We're getting a lot of those out. I need to start making more blue chips. Red chips are backed up. Yeah, absolutely need to start making more blue chips. Also need to turn some of these into other kinds of modules, because you know, it looks like prod mods are pretty good. But again, the first thing we need to do make that accessible to him. Did I? No, I've got all the walls myself. Fine. Need to do a bit more laser stuff here. Because... Okay, I was going to put some down for my inventory, then discovered I didn't actually have the poles I wanted. But probably this pattern is still going to be good. Not that pattern. A pattern that includes a power pole. Because, yeah, they're all powered. And then we want to figure out where... I still want to do this for map. That's the archy that I wanted. Yeah, we'll do this section of wall first, because it's also the one that's kind of diagonal-like. What is it? It's the one that we're copying for the other diagonals. And then this will be, you know, good defensive structures that are actually going to be kind of resilient and, you know, mostly fine. Go like that, go like that. I should really give them the actual gun turrets, because that way they'll be tanking instead of the laser turrets, but I think it'll also just be fine. Okay, because now that I've got those things, I mean, we're going to play a bit of a guessing game now, because I'm pretty sure I copied some of this to here, but I don't remember exactly where it lined up. Doesn't look like it was there. You know what, can I do let's do an even cheeky version of this, where we do option B, all of these things, but then actually only keep the lasers. Yeah, because now I should be able to do something just really silly and dumb, like... Oh, there's some... Yeah, there were some gaps here, like where I'd... Yeah, sure. Copy and pasting the correct things is actually recommended. Because yeah, we still need to figure out, do that on the diagonal bits, but also all of this stuff is getting built now, which is nice. I should have another radar. Let's put another radar like here. Let's go check on whatever that steel is doing, and steel is still fine. Yeah, I still need to go and put together the blue chips, don't I? Because all these guys are just running now, which is fantastic. Our purple is at the rate we need, and there aren't really all that many other purple things we want. We're going to end up getting like lab research 5 and worker speed 2 and insert capacity bonus and stuff like that. The things we really want are in the yellow text, and we kind of need to do that. Okay. Are these... Yeah, there's still a bunch of bots that are being deployed to do those things. Okay, fine. Do we also just go and push that base to run this line up here? I might also need to push both of these bases. Okay. Let's... Is there somewhere I can have this train that isn't really in the way? Maybe. Let's just put it like here for the moment. I'm not really doing that much else with the lighter oil. Got the rockets, got some capsules, got some of these other things. Get a car. I don't have any fuel, do I? Because I looked at this the last time and realized I was, you know, Oh wait, here's a source of fuel. I can have some fuel. Cool, now I got fuel. There we go. Still got the backup cars. Don't really have like the laser defensive wall to rely on yet, which is going to be interesting, but also the thing I can do I've got the mine defensive wall. That'll be fine. Should be able to handle this pretty comfortably. You know, bit of damage, it's fine. These guys are going to do that, it's also fine. A little bit of a shotgun duel. That's a base pushed. And all the helpful bots are bringing the mines back. Good times. They're all done. Okay. Do I try to push? I think the answer is yes. Grab a bunch of these guys. I think the answer is actually yes, but not yet. I think the first answer, you know, things we don't really need, is to continue doing dumb stuff like this over here. Like that. Let's get all of these guys out of the way as well. You know, this isn't a high risk play or anything. Like that. Defensive minefield to fall back to. That'll be fine. I should have probably used like flamethrower as well. Probably wouldn't have done anything because I was leaning on the mines, but whatever. Rocket launcher these guys, rocket launcher these guys. One of those there. Yeah, everything's fine. These two bases get pushed. We're probably still at 8-8. We are still at 8-8, which is nice. That's the wrong gun. I don't really want to be there either. Okay. How is this going? Is this all getting built? Yeah, all these guys are just turning up doing this stuff. Get rid of all of these guys as well, thanks. I'm probably going to need... Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a pain, isn't it? I've left all those guys behind me. It'll be fine. Defensive mine layer. Flamethrower. Are these all bite? Yeah, that was quite unnecessary, wasn't it? I don't even have bots on me, so I'm probably not going to worry about dealing with those guys. But all of this is... not that, I'll do this one. Okay. So that's all getting handled pretty well. The last thing to do at all is just to run. Actually, this is been. Let's get a larger section. Will it go there? How much of it? Yeah, it's going to go there, isn't it? And I need a bit of landfill for this flamethrower, which I do not have. Did I have landfill? I might have had landfill on the train. Driving into things. Cool. Let's check whether or not I did in fact have landfill on the train, because I might have. But otherwise that's like the last bit of what we've just done there is the last hard piece of wall we needed, which is cool because it means, you know, we're even closer to making Deathworld Marathon look like just a normal game, which I guess is kind of the point. Where is the train's not over there at all, is it? I sent the train down here. Let's also check if it has landfill, and the answer is no. Was I even making landfill? I had some landfill over here that I apparently used, and I've got 500 left. Okay, 500 will actually be enough for what I want to do. That's pretty well handled. 8-8. Are these guys doing their things? Yeah, and then let's play the walls of size 5 are now standard game. They're pretty close to 5 anyway, and then all of that stuff should keep the bots busy for a while. As well as being probably quite safe. Yeah, I've done, that's the thing I did again that I did not need to do. I actually need to go back and pick up, the landfill that I wanted. And then we're pretty good, and then we might even, we're blasting this, we're probably also blasting the green chips. Okay, so there's a bit of green chips left, that's fine. Landfill was what I wanted. So yeah, we're doing a lot of production now. We're over 280, which means I think we need the 4th reactor, which means if we turn on the green chips again, which we're kind of about to, I don't need that much, but there's not much anyway. What I don't need is all this wood. Yeah, we're pretty close to needing the 4th reactor. Do I have stack inserters? I have stack inserters, I have all of those things. I have speed modules. I think the thing I'm going to do first is just make the nasty, terrible Kovarex that doesn't scale, just scale a little bit more. Because I think that's a thing. Did I even blueprint that? I did blueprint that. And I just need to, yeah, go and actually put all those things down. It'll be fine. But I don't have bots. Cool. I think I did this last time. I just stole this guy's bots. I don't want to be carrying that around with me. Then things I want include. Why? Because after all that I didn't have the boxes. Okay. I can solve this problem of not having boxes. But what I wanted with those boxes was just to be able to dump all this stuff out. Yeah, those are all actual boxes now? Cool. Because I want a lot of this stuff. Actually, let's also put one there, because we're going to need that. So now the nasty Kovarex setup that doesn't scale is in fact being manually scaled. Cool. Good times. You want a bunch of stuff to be able to make fuel out of, because that's kind of how you work, and this was the one that had more than it needed? Sure. Okay. You can go back in there. How much of this stuff do I have free? I've got a lot free. Okay. Okay, so at this point we've got these guys doing their things. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of stuff that gets turned into useful material now. Like we're at a point where it's almost worth thinking about turning the mining back on. Like not because we need it, but because yeah. That one's full, that one's full, that one's full, this one can have that stuff. Okay, yeah, we're consistently drawing that. The steam is going down. That probably means we need, I think the thing is if we power on the fourth reactor, we need these two reactors to exist so that the heat can get to these heat pipes to these boilers, and we also need to extend all of this up here as well. So we're actually not going to do that yet. You know, we can just make that work a little harder. It'll be fine. We got other things to do in the meantime. We got to come back here and give guys like walls and cliff explosives and landfill and stuff like that. Where is? Wait, that was kind of terrible. I need to go back here and pick up the infantry I put on the ground. And you need to get out of my way again. But yeah, we've got flamethrower defense, we've got laser defense. We don't have laser defense on the diagonal bits. Oh well. We have flamethrower and laser defense. We don't have flamethrower defense on this section. And that might be another train thing we can do. But also because we're still at 8-8, it might not be a thing I care about. Oh, also, I stole all your bots, didn't I? I better give you your bots back. Those things can all stay. Yeah. How much? Yeah, lots. Fine. Lots of things are fine. Go back over here. Okay, and we're about to complete the project that we've had for quite a while of needing to do a hard walk a bit because the behemoths are about to arrive. So that's a good time. Let's drive over here. I think I had. No, I gave them a lot of walls. Was there anything else it needed? It needed some cliff explosive, didn't it? Then the other thing I actually needed was to. The thing is, I don't have any bots myself at this point, and I kind of would like some. Actually, shouldn't there be a bunch of bots? Oh, because these all turned into the same network. In a way that kind of was unnecessary. But that's fine. Landfill for this section here, I think it was. Something like that. That gets built. There's probably some bots flying over there, but I can help with that. And then, do I still have? I don't have that in. Where did these guys go? There was going to be like, I guess one here, and then we'll put one here, and that should be quite fantastic coverage. And let's actually get rid of all of these guys. And you know, we haven't built gates anywhere, which is fine. How many bots do I have at the moment? 2 bots? Why do I have only 2 bots, and how can I get more than 2 bots? Are you guys going to go and do that stuff? Sure. I mean, I did say that I wanted other turrets to tank for me. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. We've got some guys turning up here, getting shot. What are these? Let's get rid of some of these trees because they still might get burnt like these trees did. We got some mines slightly out of that range, which is fine. These diagonal walls are probably thick enough. And then everything else got 5'd. These guys aren't connected to anything, which is an incorrect position for them to be in. So I'll do that. This is looking pretty healthy, yeah. The research is ticking along nicely, which means the next thing I need to deal with is LDS and figuring out that plan. And I think the thing I was going to do first was actually completely rejig this entire train station so that all of these stations have this kind of parking arrangement, which will let me stack more train stations this way because I'm going to need them. Do I also want to beacon? You know, interesting. You actually needed another one of those there, which I do have on me. Okay, so that's why this bit of wall wasn't getting built. Okay, so that should now be A, an obstruction, but also B, completely fine. And what have you got? You've still got a lot of walls, a lot of lasers. Yeah, all that stuff I'm going to leave in that network because it's kind of useful anyway. And that's going to be, probably there are a fleet of bots. Yeah, fleet of bots going over to do that kind of stuff. Let's not delete these ones because they can just stay there and explode on anyone that runs at me, and then they also won't get refreshed and I can delete them afterwards. But yeah, what's this bot doing? So Kovarex is now going, the cracking is now going, and by cracking I mean cold liquefaction. Does this power spine still actually go anywhere? It goes up there. I'm kind of okay with that. I got a radar here. I probably want, like, do I want to put radars further around the coast, like a radar up here or like over here, just to scan further into this and see if there's any copper? That might be a decent plan. How much do I want to push my luck about that bit of wall? Do I want to actually get... Let's go and do this first. It was a question of that, or do I set up... Actually, let's set up blue chips first, because I've kind of got a plan of how I want to do that. And, you know, it's still expand first, defend later. Let's come down here. So that train was waiting for me, which is nice. That was a gas train. Maybe I do, maybe I do want to turn this into, like, this kind of station, so it'll just cache more. I don't know, it's probably still fine. How many of these things are working? A lot of these things are working. I'm apparently successfully dealing with all of this. Does this pump actually want to be here? I don't know that this pump actually, this one is fine. I don't know that this pump wants to live here because it will fill this tank and take away, although that being said, these guys are also still getting all the oil they need. It's probably fine. Yeah, it's probably fine. Okay. So, the actual setup for blue chips, rather than this kind of mess. But it's still going to be a bit of a mess. Do I actually have... How much of this do I have left? 27 pieces left. 3 pieces left. Okay. Because the thing that struck me was... Actually, let's... Having talked about needing all that concrete, But let's go and see if we can actually build the other 2 reactors. The other 2 reactors take... I didn't actually need the pipes at all. I needed steel and copper. Where can I put the pipes? I can put the pipes over here. Actually, I still needed the pipes, didn't I? I did talk about how I needed more turbines, but whatever. That's a thing I'm going to deal with later as well. I want... That's enough for 2, and then I need steel, and I need red chips. And I don't actually have enough inventory space to get all of this done. Oh no, I do. That'll be... So I can take this over here, I can put this there. All of the landmines I won't need yet. And I don't actually have enough steel. Funny. Fortunately, I have a train which is bringing me steel. So, you know, let's do that. Let's kick off 2 of these guys. Put all of that back. Because yeah, we're rapidly closing in on the techs we have that actually do anything useful for us. These guys are moving all of the concrete and stuff out the way. Yeah. Because the thing that struck me is these are... I think I actually want... All of this still needs to be upgraded, doesn't it? But those are things I would deal with later as well. The thing that struck me is I have green chips and red chips here. Apparently not from there, but from here. I have green chips and red chips. That's not going to work because I've got... Oh, actually... The thing I do with all of this stuff is I just continue on this nasty thing of have all of those, have all of these, match that, make me a bunch of Pro 2 modules. That's going to be a kind of useful thing. What am I going to do with all of these red chips? Because I just kind of want them out of my inventory. You know, so that's going to get rid of, you know, enough of them. Picked up some of the science packs, and I don't really feel like sorting out which are which, so they can go there. Because we got to do blue chips and LDS. But we've also got, I was going to say we've got a lot of green circuits, and yeah, they're just not coming through, they're fine. We need a blue chip setup that I'm kind of happy with, that is probably still going to go... I gave away all the pod mods. That's fine, because I'm still making a bunch of them here. It's completely fine. Bunch of those blue chips. Then do I underground these, or do I want to get... I still want to get like as many of these through as possible, despite having... I want to be able to beacon the setup, and I also want to be able to pour in... Actually, I think I've figured out I only have about 2 red belts of chips to pour in. So if that much is red... And then am I braiding the outputs? Do I have to braid the outputs? If I'm doing it like that, then this one can probably be that side. Does that work? I think that works, doesn't it? Because we want underground pipe like here. I should have done more ratios for this, but I haven't. And then the plan is do we even need to put them underground there? I mean, no, but I think I will. Does it fit though? Does that even matter? I don't actually think it matters at all, does it? Oh, okay, so that wanted to stay. But these guys don't go like that. I can just have more like this here, except separated like that with beacons. I can go 2 further. But like, yeah. There, because that's still covering both of them, which is an important part of the plan. Then I can have red chips, blue chips. I think that'll work. This isn't as many. Is this as many beacons as I would like? It's not going to be a fantastic number of beacons, but it's still going to be, like, I can still have beacons on the outside as well. This will take me up to consuming 2 full red belts of green chips, and I have like a lot of I have like 6 beacons per assembler, so I think I'm okay with that. Because I want to go like mleh and mleh. I should have actually done the math on how many of these assemblers it takes to fully consume the number of belts that I'm planning on giving it, but I reckon like that beacon, these 2 beacons aren't achieving much. Also, you know what I need? I mean, that's probably not going to be enough for all those things that get built, but whatever. Okay, so the thing is, where I need to power the various things, and I need to use medium poles, it looks like, which I don't think I either have nor automated. I mean, this is one of the things I have a dirty solution for, though. That's not going to be enough copper. That's going to be a lot more copper than I need, probably. Because we can go normal size poles and big size poles, put another wagon here, have a bunch of stuff. Sure. You ran out of prod mods, have some more prod mods, give me all of those prod mods. Is this actually going to be... I need to be making more beacons as well, but that's fine. Yeah, you need to be making me beacons, because I ran out of beacons. I mean, that's a decent number of roboports to have sitting around not doing much. Do I actually want it here? Do I want it somewhere else? I think here is probably fine. I don't think I want to get the green chips out that way. But realized that I could have a worse plan just now of doing something like this. I'll put priority right. Let's not cache that much of it though. These guys don't need that many. Yeah, just don't need that many red chips. Especially as I have a ton of them in my inventory that I'm just not doing anything with. And also, these guys. Now the thing that will be interesting, oh yeah, that is already the upgrade planner I want. Doink. I don't think I'm making nearly the acid that I need to, which means at some point I'm going to have to figure out I'm already not making the acid that I need to. So I already need to bolster not just this, but also the gas supply. Yeah, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? I might need to upgrade this bit of yellow belt just so I'm pushing through enough sulfur to make all the chips that I want. Anyway, well, some of these are in the wrong place, aren't they? Yeah, because I thought this was going to be... Yeah, they're still just bits missing here, aren't they? Oh, well. There, another one here, another one here. Connect this stuff up. Why are you... Oh, you're on the wrong side. Cool. Oh yeah, I actually wanted the big poles there, didn't I? Do I have a big pole that I can just copy and paste somewhere? Not seeing one at this bit of the base, so let's go to like a wall. Because I want one of these apparently here. I think this is going to be the setup of power poles that I want. I think that's going to make almost everything powered. Those don't need to exist. This is where my blues are coming out. This power pole could go here. My pots can turn on. I actually wanted... Okay. Red belt to here and then yellow belt after that, which is fine. Then I also need to actually upgrade all of these belts because I also don't have the capacity for those input belts at the moment, which is, you know, also fine. Need to have this thing going here like so. Also need to do the output inserters. Yeah. Probably could also mix these green chips before they come in, but whatever, I think the plan is just going to be to blitz everything and just use all of it. And then, how do I get the acid through? Where was the acid coming through? The acid was coming through here. So I guess it still can. That's not what I need to do. I need to do that. And then I need to... This is kind of in the wrong place if I want to do that, doesn't it? I guess I have to do something ugly. So it's not really braiding at all. It's only like a dumb braiding for purposes of putting inserters there. Because if these things are like that, it's got to go like so. Which I feel less than great about. Need to get those power poles, I guess, get rid of these things as well. Need to give it more acid, because that's also kind of a thing. You know, we're back in the category of things that I should have automated but did not. You can have all of those. I need more poles apparently, which is a thing that I've got over here. Something's taking damage. I mean, it is still technically a death world. Its wall's taking damage, so don't really care. Those want to go here. These ones, I needed the underground pipes as well, you know, in the category of things I should have automated. All of these, some of these, because those are kind of helpful. This stuff, sure. So what am I short on? I'm actually not really short on anything. I'm just doing all the science, which is kind of nice. And yeah, now I am short of acid. So I think I'm going to attempt to put one of these things here, which means that's going to have to go there, which means figure out how to ram a bunch of this stuff in. Are you just going to be a red underground? You might just be a red underground. Because that lets me do that, and then I need a bunch of production modules. You know what, take all of them. You guys are just doing a thing, so it's fine. Because so this is not actually a full belt of sulfur yet, which makes me feel good about figuring out how to do, you know, something like this. I mean, I say it feels good, it doesn't really. Okay, so that stuff, then I need to get water in here, which it looks like I'm doing like so. And then I've got to get gas in, which I can't really feed from this one because this is getting pumped into these tanks. Like these ones are the supply ones, which means I guess it's coming down here and going to here. Sure. And then water can not go underground there. Can water go underground? Yeah, that's a terrible way of doing it. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So with that, we should be making a lot more sulfur once those other undergrounds turn up. We should go and put the other reactor down, right? Because we're still... Oh, we're exactly 280. Okay, we're exactly 280, but we're probably also blasting the green ships now. Yeah, we need to turn all of these things back on. We need to, but we are making a lot of sulfur now, which is nice. And I'm was wondering if a thing would work, and it looks like it will. So actually what I'm going to do is can I make this work? This would need to go here. That's going to be our priority, so this is going to fill everything there. This is going to have... Does it actually need to be there? It actually needs to be one further back. Because... That still doesn't work, does it? Actually it does, because I don't need to put both things on both sides of this belt. Like, the plan is to do something horrible like this. And now one of those half belts, like this belt, will be full with everything that these three can make, which will be enough for the science, and then anything that's left over will be bounced into the other belt, which is cached off to the side and comes down here, and Yeah, looks like it's going to be fine. Okay, cool. And then I'm not making blue chips because I don't have the output buffer. That's a thing I'm actually fine with. This would also be why the green chips buffer disappeared. Okay, so we're going to need a couple of things at this point. We're going to need, number one, how many of these blue chips do I actually want? I think, like, I guess somewhere in here we need to, somewhere in here we need to put a little modules farm, and then somewhere else we need a yellow science. And mostly I'm just picking up blue chips to take over to the carriage where we're making the P2 modules, because, you know, that's apparently how this rolls. You know, not actually bothering to properly automate things, but sure. I do not have wagons at the moment. Oh, I do have wagons. I'm using it for this stuff. I will need more wagons. Because we need to turn the green chips back on, because I'm now blasting the green chips. But also, for that to work properly, I need 2 of these green chips trains. And then I need all of these things to go back to automatic, because I need to be producing green chips now, because they're all getting turned into blue chips. So those guys are going to do a thing. I've got a couple of hundred of these left, and this train is going to take all of them and then just sit there. So yeah, but we're getting, like, we're now producing the modules that those things will need. It's probably also worth plugging this side of it in, and which means I'm going to need another intersection somewhere, which is a bit of a pain, but sure. I can probably have another intersection here. This train is not going to be doing much very often. But yeah, we've got blue chips happening. They're going to eat, like, they're positioned the way they are so that the blue chips will still basically eat all of the leftover chips. I still need to go through an upgrade plan, all these things, probably to, oh wait, that was the other thing. A thing I'd actually like is a tank of lubricant, because I've got to figure out how to upgrade a bunch of belts to blue, and it's probably going to get wedged in somewhere nasty, and I'm going to need the lubricant for that. And yeah, because once these things get properly moduled, this will need to be blue, this one still needs to go in the other way. But yeah, so we're making green chips. That's nice. Still haven't done this rail thing. Probably not going to right now. I'm probably going to call it close to calling it there. Give me these things. Put them wherever they want to be. Thanks. Have the rest of these. Yay. We are 35 hours into a Marathon Deathworld and are still manually flicking things from one storage position to the other. Cool. Give me, I guess, all of these, because, you know, logistics networks and like to have stuff. Where did the other ones go? These ones. So what are we waiting on building? We're waiting on, oh yeah, the 2 reactors. Do I need to do that just yet? The answer is yes, because I went and turned on the green chips again. I must have some, I don't have any kind of fuel source. Okay, fine, I can deal with that. Oh yeah, and I said I needed to build all of the other I needed to build turbines again, didn't I? Because I've got 72, which are doing 5.8 each, which is going to be 350, which is not going to produce steam at the rate I will need. Let's just manual this guy a bit further forwards. It's not going to consume all the steam that I'm making, but it will. Two reactors. I do have pots on me. There we go. Yeah, so now these guys will heat up, except that also these last two pipes I'm pretty sure don't connect. Yeah, these last two sets of pipes don't actually connect into this, because it's these two don't connect into the steam network at all yet. So yeah, that might be a thing we address at some point. 300. Yeah, if we're doing 300, then we need to power on the fourth one, which means we need to extend all that stuff. And yeah, that'll be a thing we do later. I mean, our Kovarex is going and is pretty happy. We've still got like a big chunk of fuel. I actually haven't done set up the reprocessing yet either, have I? Maybe we do that next time. How are these walls going? Everything is built. Lasers don't have power. Lasers should have power. Flamethrowers are missing. He actually needs a couple more flamethrowers, and yeah, this section of wall is currently hilariously undefended because nothing is actually doing any defense. But yeah, we got ourselves a hard wall. We got ourselves a bunch of tech going. We're getting ourselves blue chips eating all of the green chips we're making. I think, yeah, LDS is going to be the next thing that needs to happen, because we've now got all of these drone parts. Are they all full? Wow. Okay, so the drone parts are full as well. That's also a good time. Drone parts are full. Blue chips getting made. Need some LDS. For that we need a lot of gas. We've got a plan for getting more gas, which is beaconing these things. Yeah, it's... How are these guys going? Where was that? I thought I saw some corpses on one of those corners. Here are the corpses on these corners, and yeah, they're fine. It's fine. So yeah, handled the pollution to the point that Marathon Deathworld is looking more like just a normal game, which is kind of cool. Somewhat necessary. And are we on 8.9 yet? We are still on 8.8, but then again, we just turned the green chips back on, which means all these guys are going to be mining, these guys are going to be producing, doing a lot of stuff. That's a good time. These guys are getting their things upgraded. Research is finishing. Yeah, I think that's probably a good place to leave some stuff. One last thing, because that little patch of not being able to see stuff is like just a little bit annoying, so we'll throw him in there. But yeah, good times. More stuff got done. We are more online. We are getting things closer.